Today, we are diving deep into a gorgeous masterpiece from a brand that literally revolutionized the modern vinyl renaissance across the entire globe. We have the absolute pleasure of putting the brand new Pro-Ject Debut EVO 2 under the microscope to see if it truly dominates the audiophile market. As a product research specialist, I am incredibly thrilled to analyze how this manual deck stacks up against its legendary predecessors. Let us explore every single hidden detail of this high-gloss black beauty together and find out if it is the ultimate setup you have been searching for. The iconic Debut series has been the golden standard for mid-range analog playback for well over 2 decades now. With the release of this next-generation model, the engineers have taken a massive leap forward in refining entry-level audiophile performance. It proudly carries a beautiful high-gloss black finish that instantly breathes an air of pure luxury into your living space. The minimalist design philosophy means there are no gimmicky plastic knobs or unnecessary buttons cluttering the clean wooden chassis. When you feel the density and weight of the premium plinth, you realize it is built to satisfy serious vinyl enthusiasts. It effortlessly honors its legendary heritage while introducing massive acoustic improvements that will make your jaw drop. If you want a deck that looks incredibly sophisticated while delivering top-tier mechanical performance, this is a spectacular starting point. The craftsmanship feels exceptionally robust, making it clear that this model is designed to be a permanent centerpiece in your listening room. Let us take a much closer look at the actual physical engineering that makes this evolution so special. Right out of the box, this stunning setup comes pre-installed with the brand new high-precision Pickett MM EVO phono cartridge. This moving magnet cartridge was developed specifically to unlock breathtaking clarity and a massive dynamic range from your record grooves. The detail reproduction is so remarkably sharp that you can easily distinguish individual background instruments that usually get completely muddied. It tracks the microgrooves with total effortless precision, providing an exceptionally balanced frequency response that never causes listening fatigue. Vocals sound delightfully intimate and realistic, giving you the haunting sensation that the artist is performing live in front of you. The acoustic channel separation is incredibly wide, creating an immersive stereophonic image that completely fills up your room. You do not have to worry about buying an expensive separate cartridge because this stock option performs like a dream. It handles complex musical passages with total ease, refusing to distort even when a song reaches its highest peak. For a complete package, having a cartridge of this professional caliber included is a massive victory for consumer value. One of the most significant upgrades on this specific model is the heavy 1.7 kilogram die-cast aluminum platter. The platter is completely anti-magnetic, meaning it is perfectly safe to use with high-end moving coil cartridges down the line. To completely deaden the ringing noises inherent to metal platters, the engineers lined the interior rim with advanced TPE damping material. This extra dampening layer acts as a virtual black hole for unwanted resonance, ensuring an ultra-quiet background during playback. The added mass creates a brilliant flywheel effect, keeping the rotational stability incredibly smooth and completely fluid over time. When you watch a record spin on this perfectly leveled surface, there is absolutely zero vertical wobbling or micro-stuttering. The music rises out of total dead silence because the stylus is never fighting against physical imperfections in the platter. It is a stunning piece of heavy industrial engineering that directly impacts the timing and rhythm of your music. This level of platter design is usually reserved for decks that cost double the price of this unit. The absolute biggest technical revolution hidden inside this deck is its advanced true balanced connection capability. Traditionally, standard phono cables capture a massive amount of external electromagnetic hum and interference from surrounding household electronics. This premium Tonearm wiring allows you to utilize fully balanced phono cables to run a completely noise-free signal to your preamplifier. By sending a balanced signal, the background distortion drops to near zero levels, letting you hear every single micro detail clearly. The subtle decay of acoustic guitar strings and the softest cymbal taps suddenly become incredibly prominent in the mix. It future-proofs your audio system completely, allowing you to upgrade your amplification chain without changing your turntable source. Hearing a completely balanced analog playback setup is an eye-opening experience that changes how you perceive audio purity. The sheer depth of the silent background allows the music to sound far more expansive and three-dimensional. Pro-Ject is truly leading the charge by making this advanced audiophile technology accessible to everyday music lovers. Sitting beautifully on top of the plinth is a precision-machined 8.6-inch one-piece carbon fiber tonearm. Carbon fiber is the ultimate material for high-end tonearms because it is incredibly lightweight yet exceptionally rigid. This one-piece design means the head shell and the arm tube are completely integrated, eliminating loose joints that create micro-vibrations. The ultra-low friction bearing assembly ensures the tonearm moves across the vinyl with absolute freedom and fluid accuracy. Because the arm is so stiff, it effectively stops external acoustic feedback from vibrating the delicate needle tip. It handles tracking with supreme authority, keeping the stylus perfectly centered inside the groove, even on slightly warped records. Adjusting the counterweight and anti-skating is remarkably smooth, allowing you to tighten your tracking parameters within seconds. The tactile feeling of lifting this carbon fiber arm gives you a profound sense of high-precision mechanical engineering. It is a gorgeous component that visually and acoustically elevates the entire record-playing experience to a professional level. Beneath that gorgeous high-gloss black paint job lies a heavy, precision-machined, medium-density fiberboard wooden chassis. The engineers specifically avoided using hollow plastic shells because plastic naturally traps and amplifies nasty acoustic feedback loops. This solid wood foundation provides a massive amount of internal damping to keep the mechanical components isolated. To ensure the turntable sits completely level on any surface, it rests on 3 height-adjustable aluminum feet. These feet are lined with a special dampening compound to absorb structural room vibrations caused by heavy footsteps. Even if you place this deck close to your main stereo speakers, the resonance control keeps the signal flawless. The structural integrity of the housing means the delicate needle can focus entirely on reading the record groove. It completely eliminates low-frequency mud, allowing the bass frequencies to sound incredibly tight, punchy, and well-defined. This obsessive focus on vibration control is exactly what separates a cheap toy record player from a serious audio component. Say goodbye to the annoying chore of removing the platter just to manually shift a rubber belt between pulleys. This model features a sophisticated electronic speed control switch that lets you change speeds seamlessly at a glance. The internal motor control unit uses a hyper-precise quartz clock generator to supply perfectly clean electrical power. This clean power allows the belt-driven motor to rotate with an absolute minimum of wow and flutter deviations. The rotational accuracy is so locked in that the musical pitch remains completely perfect throughout the entire record side. Sustained piano notes and long ambient chords sound beautifully stable without any weird warbling or drifting effects. It easily supports standard playback speeds, like 33 and 45 revolutions per minute for your album collections. The mechanical isolation of the motor prevents any electronic hum from vibrating into the wooden chassis or the tonearm. It delivers the ultimate convenience of electronic switching without sacrificing a single drop of old-school analog performance. When you inspect the core mechanical architecture underneath the platter, you find heavy-duty metal components built to last. The main bearing consists of a high-precision stainless steel axle rotating inside a rugged brass bushing. This industrial-grade pairing ensures an incredibly smooth spin with virtually zero mechanical wear over decades of usage. Even the Tonearm base and the bearing block are constructed entirely from CNC-machined solid aluminum pieces. Many competing brands use cheap plastic molds for these critical areas, which ruin structural alignment over time. Pro-Ject refuses to cut corners, choosing heavy metal hardware to ensure your alignment parameters stay perfectly locked. The absolute rigidity of these metal parts guarantees that the geometry of your turntable remains totally flawless. This heavy-duty construction directly translates into a much deeper, more controlled bass response that never feels loose. It gives the user immense peace of mind, knowing the internal engine is built like a literal tank. This phenomenal deck is the proud culmination of over 30 years of manual turntable design experience. Pro-Ject has spent decades refining the art of analog playback, earning the trust of millions of audiophiles worldwide. They completely understand that keeping things manual is the absolute best way to maximize pure sound fidelity. By removing automated mechanical gears and levers from the Tonearm, they eliminate a massive source of unwanted friction. Every single Eurocentric design choice is backed by decades of rigorous scientific testing and acoustic listening sessions. You are not just buying a mass-produced consumer gadget, you are inheriting a rich legacy of musical passion. This deep manufacturing wisdom shows up in how effortlessly all the individual components harmonize with one another. The brand's commitment to preserving the authentic spirit of vinyl culture shines through in this brilliant model. It is an absolute masterclass in audio engineering from a company that lives and breathes analog music. Whether you want to connect to a traditional hi-fi amplifier or modern active speakers, this setup adapts beautifully. The gold-plated RCA output sockets provide a highly secure, low-resistance connection for your premium interconnect cables. Because the audio signal leaves the deck in such a pristine state, your external headphone amplifiers will perform spectacularly. It bridges the vintage world of vinyl with high-resolution modern audio gear without losing any organic warmth. The dynamic headroom is so vast that it breathes new life into old, worn-out thrift store records. It allows your stereo speakers to project a massive soundstage with incredible height and three-dimensional placement. You can hear the exact texture of a singer's voice and the subtle ring of a studio room microphone. It easily becomes the versatile heart of your entire audio workspace, managing your musical needs flawlessly. This brilliant adaptability makes it the ultimate complete setup for modern listeners who refuse to compromise on quality. In conclusion, the Pro-Ject Debut EVO 2 is an absolute triumph of value, aesthetics, and pure audiophile performance. It successfully proves that you do not need to spend a small fortune to achieve breathtaking high-fidelity sound. From the carbon fiber Tonearm to the true balanced architecture, every single detail is meticulously designed to honor your vinyl archive. It effortlessly earns its title as the absolute best value complete setup available on the market today. If you want to unlock the deepest emotional layers of your favorite albums, look no further. If you want more honest and in-depth tech reviews like this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Feel free to share any technical questions and comments you have down below. Keep following the Product Research Specialist channel for the most accurate product analyses on the web. Until we meet again in our next review, take care.